Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day. And today is going to be a super fun video because it's something you guys want. And I asked you in my unfiltered opinions video a couple days ago if you'd be interested in this video. You said yes, so here we are, we're doing it. And today I'm going to be ranking, well, I'm not going to rank them. I feel like that's kind of rude. I'm going to rate, you know, out of 10, these Halloween launches for this year for like palettes, collections, everything. There's a bunch. There's some that I really want to talk about because, you know, I got opinions on the Halloween stuff. So without any further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. I think Tiffany's ready. My matching Tiffany and Chucky shirt is in the vibe today. Like, I'm feeling it. Alright guys, before we get into it, I do want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, which is Dossier. So I want to thank them so much for working with me again. It's always a pleasure. If you've been on my channel for a while, you probably already know what the deal is because it's a company that I've talked about so much. I mean, I even wore it on my wedding day. So this is something that I really believe in. And Dossier is a luxury fragrance option for those of you who want to save some cash because it's affordable. So if you go to the department store, let's say you go to like Macy's or Nordstrom or something, fragrances can be like $100 up to like $350, but not with Dossier. Their fragrances are $29 to $49, and honestly most of them are on the $29 range, and they're so good. It's the same luxury things that you get at the department store for a fraction of the price. You're not paying for that little fancy label because at the end of the day, you're still going to smell like that luxury fragrance, and no one has to know that you saved some money. And honestly, I prefer the packaging of Dossier's products. So Dossier's products come in a very clinical packaging, so it's like very clean, very crisp, very pretty. And I'm going to talk about two other fragrances today that maybe you'd want to check out. Now my favorite one is Fruity Magnolia. I'm going to go ahead and get that away. It's a dupe for Bright Crystal. But today I have two to talk about. This first one is Woody Rum. I picked this one out because it has woody and rum, and I love men fragrances. They have women's, men's, and unisex fragrances. I love wearing men's fragrances as it is. This is a dupe for Killian's Straight to Heaven, which it has like this, I want to say tobacco-y kind of smell, like the Woody Rum. This Woody Rum has like a tobacco-y scent to it, but it's not nasty. Like, it has like this nice sleekness that reminds me of like an old den, like a liquor cabinet, but in like the prettiest way possible. This one smells really nice, and I also think this would smell more towards the men end. I don't care though, you know, like, do what you want to do, wear what you want to wear. Now the other one is a little bit different. I wanted like two different varieties or options for you guys. So this is Floriental Coconut. So this one, I'll just show you how it comes. And it comes in a little box. This one smells more sweet. So I know some people don't like the muskiness. They don't like the manly smells. So this one's more sweet, and it is a dupe for Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc. I think I said that right. Yeah, this one has this sweetness to it, which also smells a little bit more like a cotton. So it's like a clean, sweet fragrance. This one, it smells like, okay, it's like you're trying to flirt with someone, but you're trying to do it really subtle. It just smells luxurious and beautiful. I actually think I'm going to use this one tomorrow as my fragrance for the day to see how I like it, because it smells really nice and kind of like a sweet vanilla. But anyways, check out Dossier at the top of the description box. They have amazing fragrances. You won't regret it. You can use my link. And of course, it's a great deal for a fraction of the cost. So now let's get into the Halloween palettes. So as far as the Halloween palettes go, I could not like wait to talk about this, and then I missed the opportunity. So like I had to talk about it in some aspect. So here we are. I'm so glad we're doing this video. This is the Corpse Bride collection from Revolution, Makeup Revolution. So many mixed feelings. First of all, I love Corpse Bride. My husband and I did the Corpse Bride vows at our wedding. Like, it's a huge part of what we love. I love the movie. I love Tim Burton. I love Johnny Depp. And it's just, and Helena Bonham Carter. It's a beautiful movie. Could not rave about it more. This collection though, okay, so I really wanted to buy stuff from it. The thing I really wanted the most, of course, was the mirror from this collection, but it's sold out on their website, so I didn't grab it. Hopefully they'll restock it, but I doubt it. So if anybody wants to sell me the mirror from that collection, hello. But this thing comes with 3 different palettes, which is, you know, it on itself is a little odd. 4 different palettes, sorry, 4. So let's start off with the lipsticks. They have Victoria, Emily, and Victor lipsticks. They don't look like colors that they would wear, especially like Victor's an orange. Nothing about Victor in the movie says orange at all. The brushes, meh. I mean, I don't really care for the quality of Makeup Revolution brushes typically, you know. The main like butterfly palette, I would say. Really random color scheme. There's a lot of purple, there's a random gold, there's a red. I get the pastel, like light blues, light purples and stuff, but the darker shades don't really make sense to me, especially for the scene it's referencing in the movie. The big palette, like the double long palette, again, random color scheme. I get the pops of blues, but what about this movie says pinks and reds? I don't feel that at all. If anything, I would like to see a lot more greens, a lot more grays for, like, you know, when the little song and dance with the underworld and stuff. I just think there would be a lot more greens. I don't mind the all blue mini palette with Victor and Emily sitting on the piano. I think that's really pretty. It's just not something I'd use all the time, but I do like the aesthetic of it. The thing I was thinking about getting is the thing that makes the least sense for the movie. It's the little Bones guy, just, you know, when they're dancing in a line to the song. It's a neutral palette with a little bit of red. It doesn't make any sense to the movie, and that's why I don't like it, but I do love the packaging of the skeleton dancing guys. That's like my favorite thing. I think it's so cute and like Corpse Bride without being on the nose Emily, you know? So I have mixed feelings. I love that they did this. I wish Colourpop had done it, to be honest. And I just wish the color scheme made more sense. Like, give me grays, give me light blues, give me more grays again, and then give me greens. Nothing about Corpse Bride says pinks or even purples, to be honest. There's a little bit of purple in the movie, not much, but it's wrong. It's wrong in general. This whole color scheme is wrong. But I want the mirror. Like, the mirror is everything, and I kind of want the little neutral palette. So I have mixed feelings. I'm glad to see the Corpse Bride getting some love, because it doesn't get enough love. To be honest, if we're gonna go there, I think Corpse Bride is probably a better movie than Hocus Pocus as far as like Halloween stuff goes. But, you know, it's a collection that happened. Happy to see it, not the best execution. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and breeze over this since I did a review it, the Hocus Pocus collection with Colourpop. I know just ragging on Hocus Pocus, it's still a good movie. I just watched it 2 nights ago. The mirror for this collection, precious. Again, love a hand mirror. I just think it's super cute. Palette's fine. You know, it's just not the greatest collection in the world, not the worst collection in the world as far as quality. You can watch my review of it, but that's another Halloween collection that happened this year. And then we have, I've already talked about this in my Unfiltered Opinions video, the Addams Family collection from Hip Dot. Screw Hip Dot, and I'm not a fan of this collection. It just looks like someone who doesn't know anything about Addams Family put it together. The names of the shades are just typical alternative spooky themed things like Cauldron and Bones and Seance and Ghoul and Ashes and Moon. Like, where did Moon? It just looks like someone who didn't know what they're doing put it together. It looks like a Kat Von D packaging, like, you know, from back in the day. The color scheme looks just like the MCR collection. I feel like they're like, oh, alternative themed people would like this, and they redid it, and they redid it, and they stole packaging. They copied their own color scheme. Like, it just doesn't seem original. The lipstick shades are pretty, but that's the thing with the Corpse Bride palette too. The Corpse Bride palette sucked, the whole collection and this collection. When it comes to things that people know, like, let's not just say, like, people know certain movies, and these are movies that are iconic, which is why people want to buy things from these collections, because they love the inspiration behind it. They love the creation, the movie, the character, whatever it is. You have to actually work for it. Like, I know you can just, let's say you just slap an MCR sticker on the front of something. People like me are gonna be like, ooh. But then other people, like me and this Addams Family thing, it's, for me, the culture of it, and it needs to make sense. Like, you can't just lazily slap the same thing on something else over and over and over again. If you are going to do a Corpse Bride palette, or you are going to do an Addams Family palette, I want someone from the company to actually sit down, watch the reference, watch the movies, watch the TV shows, whatever it is, and then base the color scheme off of that. Not stick a color scheme on it and be like, oh yeah, this makes sense. I want it to have purpose. I want it to have purpose, okay? I just do. Like, if, let's say we did a Bride of Chucky collection with little Miss Tiffany here, right? And there wasn't this beautiful lip color or an eyeliner so you can make the beauty mark. It wouldn't make any sense. Like, you have to do things right. Another, I did talk about my Unfiltered Opinions, but I want to talk about again in case someone missed that video, is the Revolution in collaboration with the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. Again, something I deeply love. And I feel like this, the little mini palettes, the brushes, the lashes, all the little accessories and sponges and stuff that go with this collection are cute. They make sense. And the face palette's cute too. It's really cute. It's, to me, like, this one did a better job until it comes time to the big, mega, huge palette star of the collection. It doesn't make any sense. Like, again, Revolution, why are you putting pinks and everything? These are not things with pinks in them. And I just feel like there's a whole bunch of orange. There's a whole bunch of, like, pastel colors that I don't really understand. And again, the names on these things are lazy. I mean, a couple of them are cute, but like things like Trick or Treat, Halloween, these are shade names in this big palette that are just like so generic, and I want more from it. Some of these names in this palette are good and they're good Treehouse of Horror references, but other things are just like, oh, we just slapped something on it. There's a shade named Ghoul in here. Like, try harder, I guess. I love the like theme of this though. I really wanted the makeup bag, but it's sold on Ulta's site. It's nice. And then like the wood grain makeup brushes for this collection make zero sense. It's just a wood grain brush. Like, look. What is that? It has no reference. It's just me. I'm supposed to like these things. I love Halloween. And there's some of these things I would probably buy. Just I can't get past some of the poor choices made by companies who don't care about the meanings behind their collections. Another one, but not a movie reference, just its own spooky collection. Again, I talked about it, but we're gonna run past it real quick in case you missed the video. Again, sorry, I gotta keep saying that. Sorry, I sound annoying. But the Lunar Beauty Moonspell Volume 2. Moonspell Volume 1 has a special place in my heart. I love the spooky things that aren't just movie themed. I really love the palette. I think it's gorgeous. I love the red cover. I love that it looks like a spell book. Like, it's just aesthetically gorgeous. I wish the lipsticks that came with this collection in general had a little more meaning behind them, a little more effort to them. And I do love the inside of the color scheme for being a spooky palette. I wish the shades were a little deeper, and I personally don't use pinks or purples that much, but I get the names for the shades, and it's beautiful without being movie themed. I just think it's beautiful. Okay, so this collaboration, I don't think it makes any sense at all, but I have conflicted feelings on it because it's cute. But from this brand, it's kind of like, why is this happening? So this is the Kylie Cosmetics. Didn't think I'd be talking about Kylie in a Halloween video. This is the Kylie Cosmetics in collaboration with A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, straight up, I love A Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Freddy Krueger. Like, one of my, if anything, we're like naming our favorite classic horror character, Freddy is probably mine. I love the aesthetic. I love the fact that like you can't get away from him. You can run away from Michael. You can run away from Jason, but you can't get away from Freddy. You have to sleep. And also I love that he like makes fun puns and one-liners and stuff. It's great. But this being a Kylie collection is so weird to me because I don't want, if I'm thinking of a Nightmare on Elm Street like collection, any of the brands, Hip Dot, Makeup Revolution, any other of the brands that I've talked about so far, Colourpop, they're not going to write their brand name in big bold font on the packaging. They're going to focus on the theme and then have their name on the side. That's what ruins this collection for me. Because they're not, even if it's Kylie, and it's a Nightmare on Elm Street collection, I want it to say A Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't want it to say Kylie over the entire thing. Like, if it didn't say Kylie in such a big font, if Kylie was just a side thing who just made the thing, I would like it so much more. But the fact that it's Kylie on the front and the inside of the palette, on the box, everything, like, why does it say Kylie on the inside of the palette? It's so weird. I love the cassette tape, the VHS tape front of this little thing here. I think that's super cute. I like the blood, like, jelly looking stuff. I love the liquid lipsticks. They look really cute. I love the pizza, you know, texture from the original movies inside of the PR box. I don't like the color scheme on the inside of the palette. I just think it looks lazy and looks like a lot of her other palettes. I really like the packaging. I just wish it didn't say Kylie on it, and I get it. That's the brand who made it. But when you're focusing on this is your theme, if it's a Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare on Elm Street should be the focus, not Kylie. So don't collaborate with a franchise if you're not willing to give the franchise the spotlight, you know. I won't buy anything from this just because I feel like they did it wrong. But tell me why I don't want it anyways. I want it anyways, but I won't buy it because I feel like they did it incorrectly, and I want things to be done correctly. Oh my god, I can't like anything today apparently. The Hocus Pocus was cute. I'll give the Hocus Pocus thing. Like, I'm not a fan of like the cartoony style, but that one was pretty cute. And also The Simpsons, most of it was correct. It's just like the main palette for me didn't do it right. Anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Let me know your favorite Halloween collection from this year down below. I'd really appreciate it. Again, check out Dossier at the top of the description box. Thank you so much for working with me, Dossier. And honestly, I'm excited to see so many Halloween launches this year. It's just, there's things I tweak. You know, there's just things, let me touch it. Let me just tweak it a little bit and it'd be perfect. Thank you guys so much. Have an awesome day. Bye. Say bye, Tiffany. Oh yeah, she talks. She talks. And her mouth moves. Here, let's not get copyright though.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. It's really up to you.
Jennifer Tilly is an icon.